Right, let's have a look. How are things going? Did anyone die? I don't believe so. Sure. 45 tons of water available. I will print more water just because. However, I noticed that we've got a bit of stress there. James, not happy. Why? You're going to go and de-stress. There we go. Okay, that's good. And you're literally the only person who is stressed. So I'm not sure why James is stressed. Chat, do you have any insight into this? Did James do something something dangerous earlier? How's everything here? We're getting down to the absolute minimum. The volcano alert is just basically a notifier for me to know that, oh wow. Oh yeah, these are incredibly expensive, to be fair. For the most part, we don't use the ones down here. Only the one up there. Chat, those of you who are knowledgeable about this game, is there ever a use for additional gantries over the one that gives you the command pod access? Oh, actually, there is going to be a use, isn't there? They're going to need access to to load this up. Unless... No, there isn't an easy way of doing that. That's kind of a pain in the bum. That is a pain in the bum. Yeah, unreachable storage. Okay, so because each one of these requires 1,200 power, can I run a heavy watt wire through here? Is that even a possibility? No, they hit that and that's it. Okay, so that's not an option for us. I would need 2 separate transformers to run these, which is just silly. What I could do is if I did automate this, then I could run them on a big timer to activate. Because I would very much like to get this set up so that it's a completely automated process. How did the dragon for the channel become a thing? How do you mean? Like, it's based on a drawing I did when I was in a call center. I'm Welsh. Drawing red dragons is just kind of a thing you'll do on autopilot. And I was... can't remember what the call... I was on a call with someone who was closing down their utilities account with the company and had a little bit of debt. So I was just kind of talking over the ways that they would be able to resolve that. And, you know, I worked in final accounts for a while. And I was just doodling that idly while I was going. In terms of the more cartoonified, the more kind of like, I guess... gentle-looking versions of the drawing. That was fan art originally. I was doing Stardew Valley, and Jackie of KMP just did a bit of fan art of it, of a little farmer dragon, and I was really, really amused by it, and I really enamored with it. So I asked if it would be okay to use it as a thumbnail. She said yes, and from there I started commissioning her to do a bunch of little like avatar drawings. It's one of these things where as much as I could, I would have to take the time to draw, and it wouldn't be in the same style. I think her style is much more is a much more pleasant style in tone and nature. And I'm very much of the opinion that it's good to use... Just because I could do it myself doesn't mean that I should, in that I have the ability to help someone else. You know, I've got this wonderful opportunity to basically live the dream sort of thing. With why is there steam leaking out there? Sorry, I just got distracted by that. I've got this lovely opportunity to kind of live the dream. You know, doing what I want to do and make enough to get by on it. Kind of want to support other people. So even though I could take the time to draw my own art, it was nice to be able to commission someone else to do it for me. It felt like kind of paying forward the good fortune, if that makes sense. Right, it looks like we are in a bit of a better state with power right now, but only just. We've got plenty of steam still filtering through. That's going to be going good for a while, I should imagine. And that is causing these to kick in a lot more often than not. Still got some very nice hot CO2 moving around, but I definitely want to run the rocket again. Let's have a look around the rest of the map. We're slowly pulling more gas out from here, using that elsewhere. We've got everything set up down here. I must away, but never fear, boys and girls. The adventures of the off-brand Leafin will continue in the next Aavak stream. Take care, Leafy Pew. Aavakateers. What? I like that. You probably don't need it from anything else, since everything else should be able to be interacted with from the ladders. Are you sure about that, Core? Like, would I need to build the ladders right next to the rocket to be able to access it? Because I'm totally okay with checking that out. You know, these are or feel about as close as they can be, but it doesn't seem that they're reachable from it. So I'm not sure about that one. Speed time back up though. Let's have a look. How are things going down here? Have we actually got any more? Oh no, I think they finished. I think they have finished replacing all of the wires. Oh, happiest of days! Very pleased with this. Let's go with a... let's go with a spore kid seed. No, let's not. Let's not have zombie spores next to our food, please and thank you. Oh, actually, were these mirth leaves? Yeah, those are mirth leaves as well. So let's go with joyous seeds then. Oh, yeah. Try and spread that out a little bit. Okay. Now, we can basically make continuous amounts of supercoolant. We need some more fullerene for that. It's alright. Happy to make that a thing. Gonna need a little bit more petroleum in here, actually. This will get a petroleum if everything here backs up, which is incredibly uncommon. So we're probably not going to see petroleum going in there for a while. Power is kind of iffy. All right, let's see about setting this up then. First and foremost, we want to have a condition that closes these doors if the command capsule is sending a negative signal. Now, the problem with the command capsule sending a negative signal, does it send a negative signal when it takes off? Is the big question. Like, once this is green, how long does it stay green for? Actually, that's a big question. In fact, that's such an important question. We're going to send this rocket out first before I do that. Let's grab you. I would like you to go back to this one, simply because this one has fullerene on it. But I am going to have to flick the switch. There we go. And that should help a little bit. Now, what I could do is... no, I don't think that would actually work. I am going to need these on both sides, really. Which is a pain. I could allow access only from one side, because I think that's basically in the middle there. So I would realistically only need access from that side. So if I ran a steel wire across to here, I could do away with this and with this. But that is in the way of the ladder, so I wouldn't have access on that side anymore. So no, that wouldn't work. That's a shame. Not easily, anyway. No, I'd have to have the ladder there. Or I'd have to have access down here below that port. Which is kind of what I've got there, but it wouldn't really work as well on this side. Not anymore, anyway. Well, I guess I could. If I expanded out the insulation, I could have a ladder running up alongside here. Actually, that might work. Huh. Hadn't considered it. But I'm fairly certain that I'd be able to make this work anyway, just using buffers. But yeah, I think we're going to need to launch this rocket and actually see how this looks first. When this takes off, what this wire is receiving. Like, if because the command is here, and this is saying there's no astronaut, there's no destination set, this is sending a red wire, a red signal. That is definitely something we need to do. We need to take care of. Also, I think this may actually cause this not to work, so I'm going to need to pop in a switch there, I suspect. Or make it of steel. Pop it there. I swear, if this starts green and this tries to launch, I will cry. You know what? Just to be sure that that does not happen, let's do that. I think that would probably be wise. Problem is that there's no, as far as I'm aware, it's not like I can just build a sensor to check if this is there. I have to work with the inputs and outputs that are given to me. So I'm not sure if that will allow this to work the way I want it to. We'll see, though. Thank you. Let's send that off. Right. And I don't really know if there's ever going to be a way to make a fully automated system. Simply because shipping. The auto sweeper can't reach this stuff. And even if it did, it would only reach halfway. Maybe if I had this there, it would work. I think this would be different if this was like a petroleum rocket. Which is what we're trying to get to, a petroleum engine. If I could get to that, and we're so close as well, then I'd be able to have a solid oxidized tank, a liquid fuel tank, excuse me, a petroleum engine. And we might be able to do away with the gantries altogether. So, you know, it's just a matter of getting out there, really. I could get rid of the cargo bay and just put in an extra solid fuel thruster. That might well be worth doing. Just to get out there, do the bit of science that we need to do a couple of times, get the petroleum rockets, and then rejig it. But I kind of like this little thing. Has this been loaded? It has been loaded, yes. Perfect.
Looking dapper.
Right, we've got to wait for this impact event to pass, and then we can head on out. Go get some fullerene, make some more super coolant. But while that's happening... is this working okay? Yeah, that's working fine. Right, let's set up the automation over here. So, refrigerators will send a... what is it? Sends a green signal when full, otherwise sends a red signal. So I want to invert that.
Looking dapper.
And I would also like to AND gate it. So, in effect, I don't want... I want to send a signal to send more food into this room only when at least one of them is not full. Actually, we're not going to need to use any funky signals with this, because this will send green when it's full, so it'll be red once it's inverted, and green has precedence over the red signal, so that should work fine. Go ahead and grab copper, I'll run that straight down. Dunk. Hey Rex Noctis, how you doing, mate? Thank you very much for the 35 months. And Closet, thank you very much for the 19 months. Diolch yn fawr iawn to both of you. Wait, why would you need 2 thrusters to carry 1 science module? Because 1 science module didn't reach... I'm fairly certain I had 1 science module before and it didn't reach the target destination. Perhaps I'm mistaken. I don't recall. Perhaps I'm not recalling correctly. In terms of the star map, 20,000 kilometers over there. Total thrust 30,000 kilometers. Oh right, I see. So we would need to reduce the weight penalty is 1,700. 17,000, sorry. And 26. I'm not sure how that is calculated. Solid boosters are adding 12,000 to this range. Main engine efficiency 20 kilometers per kilo. Total oxidized fuel, average oxidizer efficiency. Right, the weight penalty is mostly from the empty cargo bay. I see. I could replace it with 2 science modules then, I guess. Just for the sake of getting the... just for the sake of getting the science in here and then getting a petroleum rocket. Not that we'd really be able to do much with a petroleum rocket right now. Double science for science. I mean, we could, I suppose. Sure. Alright. We'll see how that goes. Let's make that a high priority, though. There we go. And deconstructing. We'll see if this would work. Because if it won't work, then I'd rather just build another rocket silo, frankly. Because I would need to adjust this silo so much to accommodate a new rocket. That's one thing that I am very much looking forward to in Spaced Out DLC, is the fact that the rocket just basically adjusts its shape, depending on what you attach to it. Overheat temperature, 2000 degrees. Small data bank. Generated research points become available on the rocket's return. It doesn't really say anything regarding the weight capacity. I wish I had a little bit more info. Oh well. Longhoff has supplied the steel, and now Plane Seeker is over here to get that all built up. Eventually. There we are. Snowfoot. Thank you ever so much, Snowfoot. Right, let's have a look. Can this reach? It can. It can indeed. Well then. Okay, that changes things quite a lot. Okay, 2 science modules out to the furthest we've ever been before. Well, James went on the last mission, so Shelley's going on this one. Shelley. Of course, Shelley's on like a wrong schedule. Oh, we'll wait then. That's fine. Where is Shelley? Is Shelley asleep? Yep. Okay. Well, that's fine. You rest, then have some noms, and then you can head out. We'll reject these and see if we get something more interesting next. Hang on a second. What's up in here? Oh, I see. Still a bit of wee on the floor, it seems. Stealth wee. The worst kind. Oh my god, really? Oh crap. Not gonna lie, that's not great. Somewhat bad, in fact. Power's on again. Just blast through with the rocket. I'm sure the rocket could totally have taken it, yeah. No, why? You opened up just to tease me. Well, that's all fine. Launch path blocked. Why is that automation wire showing green? I figured that this would be launch. Oh. Oh, that's the output signal. Well, just as well then, I guess. Fair enough. Right, so this is currently showing everything is good. I guess we're about to find out how this all works. Right, let's launch. Launch mission. And let's have a watch. It's still showing green right now. So that would be keeping this open. This isn't seeing Miss Minion approach, so that's, you know, keeping her open. But is this going to change? No. So once the conditions are met, this is not going to undo for a while. That looks like. Oh no, there we go. Right, okay, so now it's gone. This automation signal has changed to be negative. Now that the rocket is left. Alright. So that will cause everything here to close. So effectively, what if I understand this correctly? I'm just going to unpause it for now. If the rocket is here and everything is good, there's an astronaut assigned, it's got enough fuel, etc., etc., this will turn green. Which would cause the bunker doors to open and the rocket to launch. Potentially. You know, I could have that feed through here. Once it's left, this will turn red, which would cause the bunker doors to close. However, if this detected an incoming rocket, then this would send a green signal which would override the red signal, causing the bunker doors to open. I could have this, when red, trigger these to extend, unless this was preventing it. So basically, if a shuttle was inbound, then it doesn't matter if this is red, these would retract. We could totally do that. But then when it landed, because this would then turn red, because there was no longer a shuttle on approach, the bunker doors would, the gantries would extend, and it would allow whoever was in to get out. Doors and gantries should just be opposite of each other. Not strictly speaking. I would imagine the timings are a bit different. That being said, the gantries extend very, very quickly, with the bunker doors extend slowly. These ones I need to put on a timer regardless, because if they try to open or close at the same time these ones do, that's going to cause me a brownout. It's a bit of an interesting one. Definitely is a bit of an interesting one. Did the doors close? These ones are basically trying to move. They're trying to open very slowly because they haven't got enough power. If you notice, these have got power, so are closing a little bit faster. Now, what I would like to see is the timings of when the shuttle comes back, when this will change color. Though, actually, when it lands, it's going to be red. So, effectively, I need to see when this green signal stops. Hopefully, it's when the shuttle is completely come to a rest. Then it would turn to a red one. It's a bit of an interesting one. Okay, that's going to take an enormous amount of time. Actually, maybe I should not close those right now. Yeah, we're running way too low on power. And if the shuttle comes back through these, then we lose all of that steel, which is going to suck pretty badly. .100 and it's leaving it about 104. Coming back in at 112. Dumps a load of that heat everywhere else. 119, 118. It'll eventually cause that water to evaporate. Don't you need to power the radar for this system to work? Yeah, I imagine so. I don't imagine that the radar will work without power. Which sucks when you don't have any, but there's not a lot I can do about it. I imagine we've still got plenty of coal. Yeah, we've got loads of coal. We're not 94 tons of coal. Wow. Well, given that... Well, the issue up here is that I've got no easy way of cooling it once it gets really, really hot. But I could have... see, the problem is I've got so much stuff that's powered of these various junctions here. Each one of these powers has a battery bank that it stores energy in. But I could, I suppose, get 2 power plants that work here as a dedicated backup, if need be. Let's not make them of gold. They're coal power plants. There has to be some limit. We want this made of sandstone. We want an auto sweeper. Copper's fine. And we also want whatever conductive wire this is made of. Copper. And I would like these to be powered by this one right here. Or maybe not. Maybe this one instead. High threshold. Battery is charged to 90%. Same. And then low threshold. Pretty much if it hits 50%. There we go. And let's make that a nice high priority. Well, yeah, no, let's go for 8 on that one. Can I not put solar on the surface? Not without it being destroyed, no. I love how they open up and then close. Got a little bit of power coming in right now, which is nice. There's a lot of repairs to be done after this. Ooh, that's a bit of a problem. That's never going to get repaired at this point. Do I prefer to play with or without the DLC, and why? I haven't played with the DLC much yet. This map predates the DLC, which is why I'm finishing it off. It's got the big merge update, but it hasn't got DLC specific features included yet. I want this to be set for coal and set my priority 8. But yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to checking out the DLC properly. Specifically, I was just mentioning, I love the way that the shuttles just kind of build themselves as you add or remove modules to it. I think that looks amazing. I could add, again, a similar kind of setup over here for a dedicated power supply for the silo. And it feels to me like that would be a pretty solid idea. Long save, unfortunately, here. There we go. Actually, how... Yeah, no, they're all powered by these, so I guess it's not too bad. But we could have dedicated batteries for each one, I suppose. That is another way of dealing with it. Enough oomph to be able to close the bunker doors if needed. Oh my lord. Okay, fine. We'll deconstruct this just so I can repair. Because that will make me far too annoyed if we don't. Now, the other big problem is that we are using transit tubes very liberally across the base. Kind of necessary when the base is this big, but that is a big power draw. A very big power draw. Also, let's have a look at this. I want this to be, if it's above 0, then cool it down, please. Perfect. This remains my main focus, but right now there's so much other stuff going on. It's very easy to get distracted. Shockingly so. Alright. Hopefully we can get these finished in a reasonable time frame, but it is seeming to take quite some time, so I'm going to rise the priority. 9s for everything. I hate doing that, but I really want there to be enough power to run the sensors. Hail, Master of Hats! Right, how long is this going to take to get back? Okay, 38% there. 3.4 cycles to return. But yeah, again, for those who are only joining the stream now, this is very much effectively my first run, and I have been learning a lot as we've been going. Chat very kindly decided that my first run should be on the Oasis map, which has been an interesting experience, to say the very least. There we go. Starting to see more materials delivered. Perfect. Let's get all of this done if we can. Come on, you scallywags. Also, don't steal the coal. Heyo, casualty. How you doing, mate? Recruit. I guess I'll take it. Just so that there's something to take, I guess, in this instance. Eventually someone will come along and fix this. I have faith. Perhaps I shouldn't. No, we've got 20 tons of copper. This definitely should be something that's being taken care of. Yet, here we are. And now the scanner is shut down. As I expected, I went to sleep during an Aavak stream and I woke up during an Aavak stream. You know, I don't like to disappoint. Unlike my dupes, who apparently are completely okay with this. Wow. Okay, so I will laugh if they're spending their time hopping between both destinations using enormous amounts of power to do it. Just to build one thing before heading back the other side. That would actually make me cry a little bit on the inside, I'm not going to lie. Right. Well, let's make this a 7 priority. Because I don't want the auto sweeper to prioritize keeping it in the bin over giving it to the coal power generators rather. Though it doesn't look like that's going to be an issue, so I should be able to have that on the night. Well, there we go. They are. Oh, perfect. Okay, so they've worked. They've charged it up. We've got power, mostly where we need it. And there we go. Now we just need the last one to be charged up, and we should have power enough to shut everything down when the time comes. Excellent. Okay, so let's have a quick think. If the shuttle is ready to launch, the doors should open. And the gantry should extend. Should retract. If the shuttle has launched, the door should close, and it doesn't really matter what the gantry does at that point. But, you know, we can say it extends, because that will give people access from one side of the base to the other. That would be fine. Though that does create the possibility that they might get trapped on one side. If the shuttle is returning, the door should open, and the gantry should retract. So far, so good. If a meteor strike is happening, well, while the shuttle is gone, the door should be closed, so it doesn't matter. If a meteor strike is happening and the shuttle is inbound, the door should open. Shouldn't matter that there's a meteor strike, because the shuttle is going to go through those doors, whether the doors are open or closed. The aperture is a portal through which the shuttle will return. Whether the aperture is an aperture or a wall doesn't really matter. The shuttle only sees an aperture. So again, doesn't matter what state the impact events are.